Are you saying no to all the things that are part of your ideal life just because it costs money? Let's talk about that. All right, Mike, there are two phases when we say yes or when we say no to things that we want to do as part of our ideal life. There's when we're trying to get out of debt, right, in our step number two, but there's also when we are out of debt and we have some money, we still have this habit of saying no to things that are really part of our ideal life just because it costs money. So let's talk a little bit about that. First, let's tackle how somebody should go through the saying yes to something or saying no to something when they're getting out of debt.
Exactly right. So, step number two for us in the 5 steps of financial freedom is to get out of debt. This is everything but your mortgage. And during this period of time, if it's 6 months or 2 years, you've created this habit of saying no. I know that I did. I just said no to everything just because my sole focus was to get out of debt. So, all of my money was going towards paying that debt off. And that habit stuck. It stuck around for a long time and maybe even still today. So, Jason and I wanted to talk to you guys about this because it's very relevant. Jason is discussing this with his wife right now.
We'll get back to the episode in just a second, but we wanted to give you a gift just for being here today. Thank you so much. We've got a 3-part video workshop absolutely free for you. This workshop is designed to help you get organized with your money so that you can give yourself a 10% raise. When you give yourself a 10% raise, you are going to have more money. And when you have more money, we will show you exactly what to do with that money so that you can get on the path to financial freedom and start living your life, your ideal life today. You're going to learn how to get out of debt. You're going to learn how to save money. You're going to learn how to free up money so that you can invest for your future. If you're unfulfilled with life, whether it be at work, in your personal life, or with your money, then this is the workshop for you. Visit sentinelcoaching.com/raise. That's sentinelcoaching.com/raise, or click the link in the description. Now, back to the episode. So that's one of the things. So let's set it up, right? And Mike is totally right. When you're getting out of debt, and your life is your life, so you get out as fast or as slow as you want to. But we recommend getting out as fast as possible because you've heard, if you watched any of our videos or you've listened to any of our podcasts, we talk about the faster you get out, the faster you get to your ideal life. So we recommend saying no to almost everything, right? Not the essentials, but saying no to all that extra stuff so that you can apply that money to your debt to get out as fast as possible. That's the best way to get towards your ideal life. But when you're out of debt and you started to save your money and you've got your emergency fund saved, now you have some extra cash. And if you have that habit that Mike was talking about, and we'll share some examples, we start saying no to everything because that's a habit. We don't actually weigh out, should I say yes to this thing or should I say no to this thing? Remember, we always would say we want you to spend extravagantly on the things that are really important to you. And we want you to cut out deeply on the things that are not important to you. So you have to get that in when you're weighing it out, figuring out, should I do this thing or should I not do this thing? So here's an example of for me. Right now, literally right now, I am working on trying to figure out whether I should go and visit my parents or not. Now, it's a 6 to 7 hour drive, so it's not like I have a huge plane ticket. I'm not traveling internationally. Actually, I am traveling internationally because I'm in a different country, but it's Canada to the US. Anyway, I'm calculating out maybe $150, $175 in gas. I'm leaning toward saying no just because it costs money. And I think this is a really relevant topic, is this is a habit that I'm saying I have some goals. I have some things that I really want to save money for. So at every given turn, I have developed this habit of saying, no, I don't need to do that because it costs money. A couple $100. In the grand scheme, a couple $100 is not going to kill me, but that $200 could be saved for these other goals. Now I have to weigh that out. Is this more important? Is the $200 saved for another goal more important than the $200 spent toward going to see my parents with some gas and some food and things like that? So, Mike, if I were your client and you're walking me through this, what are some of the things you do to teach me how to weigh out whether I should or whether I shouldn't do something, have an experience, go someplace, buy something?
It's about opportunity costs. That's what I like to bring in the subject of. If you spend the $200 on gas to go see your family, then, like you said, it's $200 not saved towards another goal. So, what is more important? And they may both be important. So, which one is the priority? And right now, it could be the opportunity to go and see your parents and then go and find another $200 to put towards the next goal, right? This could be extra work. This could be selling other things or simply cutting back on even other expenses that are we haven't even talked about in this case.
Yeah, that's such a great reminder. So even somebody who's in my position as a financial coach who walks people through this all the time, we've worked with hundreds and hundreds of people, and I would have the same type of advice. Sometimes I forget because you just said something. You said you can go and make $200 to so that you can do both of those things that you really want to do. And up until this point, I didn't really think about that. I truly thought, should I save or should I spend? And those are the only two options in my immediate brain that say, can I spend this money or should I save this money? I think that's just a really important reminder to say you can spend this money and then you can go and make an extra couple $100 so that you can also save the money, right? That's a really, really important thing that Mike just brought up. And I'm glad, thank you for reminding me of that even to that there aren't always just two options. There's always a third, fourth, fifth, sixth option that is on the table that maybe we haven't even thought of yet. So that's fantastic.
That's right.
So Mike, well, I think okay. So to wrap up on my specific thing, we're pulling the curtain back right here. To wrap up on mine is like if my parents who are in their 70s are aging and health is probably going to be declining and I'm not going to go see them this time. I'll see them again, later on in the holidays or something like that. But am I really willing to give up that and have that risk of something happening in between this time for the potential saved money for that other goal that's going to happen next year? Like, and that's what I have to weigh out saying, wait a second. No, if I say that my priority is family and my priority is spending time and relationships and all these things, then I need to find a way to do that if that's really high on my priority list. So I can think we kind of answered my question of if I were to say, do I want to see my parents or do I not want to see my parents? Obviously, I do want to see my parents, but then you have that, how much money does it cost? And you figure out, is it worth it? Well, okay, relationships, bonding, taking advantage of that time that you have with your loved ones sooner rather than later is always going to be a higher priority than money later on uh, when it comes down to it, if all things being equal. So I think we truly kind of answer that question. And I have to come to that realization of, yes, I do want to spend it and then being okay spending it rather than spending it and then regretting it, right? We don't want to go into that where it's like, yeah, I spent it and now I'm second guessing and I'm going to regret it. No, this is part of my ideal life. So I'm going to go forward and do that if the schedule works out and all that. So, but anyway, thank you, Mike. I hope that kind of helps people watching realize the real life, real time, how we walk through this thought process.
Absolutely. And I'll share a story from last year. My wife and I, we wanted to go to a basketball game, and it cost, say, it was going to cost us $2,000 for the seats that we wanted. And I spent a lot of time and energy trying to weigh it up, similar to what Jason's discussing. It's either spend this money or save this money, or in my case, not spend it. It was just sitting there anyway. Should I have done that? Should I not do it? I just don't know. And we ended up not going. So we didn't spend the money on the tickets. And that is probably one of my two or three regrets I have in in my life. Very few things that I regret, but I feel like I wish I would have spent the money on those tickets to do that because it could have been a one-time experience. It would have been we watched the game online on TV and it ended up being a really good game, which also sucks. If it was a blowout, I would have felt better about it. But it was one of those things that you don't want to regret. And maybe even Jason's situation, if you or want to see your parents, well, what happens if they died that same week or the week after, right? And you're like, damn, I really wish I would have went. So it's those things that you do have to weigh up, and you do have to prioritize, and wherever you are in the 5 steps to financial freedom is very important on how you do these things.
And that's why it's so important to know yourself and to know where you are financially, and
Mhm.
also to know what your priorities are. Because if you don't know what your priorities are, you're just going to make decisions on whims, and then you're going to have this life full of different regrets and second guessings and all these things. Like, if you know this is what's important to me, this is what's not important to me, it's easier to make those decisions. So yeah, that's it's so important to know what your priorities are, know what your values are, know what's really important to you, and then put money toward your values. I say that all the time. I want to put your money where your values are. And that's where it's going to be really important to say, okay, this is my value, this is my value, this is my value. And I'm going to put money consistently toward those things. And if it's not a value, you constantly are seeing, how can I take money away from those things instead of going toward those things that aren't valuable? I want to take them away from that and put them toward the things that are valuable to me and are my values. All right, Mike,
Certainly.
any closing thoughts for you?
I was just going to say, when we do talk about these priority lists and budgeting, we talk about it and dive deep into it on our online budgeting course. So, the Ideal Life of Money Academy budget, we're going to teach you how to budget and get out of debt. So, click and check out the link below, and we'll see you in our next video.